Hey guys, welcome to the CO Visit. Your friend Colin here. Hope everyone's well. Well, this is just kind of a little heart to heart, just a little chat, little gab. I hope you're up to it. So today, Monday, April 21st. So I called out of work today, didn't go into work today, and just one of those days. My struggle lately is one of a emotional nature, psychological nature, of a million different things floating around up here. And of course, as those of you that have kept up with the channel, and you know that after all the things that happened with my daughter Cosette, that kind of marked a before and after, compounding a lot of things. And what I kind of have come to a conclusion about in my life, at this point in my life, is you start to realize the value and the necessity of letting go, giving up control. We think that we have control over certain things. We think that we can change the outcome of something, or we want things to happen our way because I want it to happen. And many times we find out in life that we don't have control over anything. Sounds easy to say that, but it takes a lifetime to come to that realization and to be able to do it. And in that particular case, when I was going through that legal situation, a lot of that was my own will. That was the dad in me. That was the man. Those are those societal things that we have to fix it. Men think that. We think that. I got to do something. I got to fix this. I need to find a solution. I need to protect them. I need to do this. I need to do that because I'm a man. Sometimes as a man, you know, like the good artist Kenny Rogers said, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run. How true those words are. More than any time in the past, I understand them now. Or like that song, Coward of the County. Sometimes you got to walk away. And when you're a man, sometimes you got to fight. And when you're a man, sometimes you got to let go. I found that out the hard way. I really did. When I even got resistance from my own daughter. You know, I thought I was fighting for her. I thought I was coming to her rescue. But when a person doesn't want your help, you can't help them. And that's the point where your children are entering into the age of adulthood, where they're seeing that they want to make their own decisions. Okay. Those decisions bring consequences, and you have to assume the consequences of your actions, and you have to be accountable. She doesn't want to leave there. She doesn't want to come here. She doesn't want to live with me. So, of course, the only other option is for her to become independent, move out. So I said, okay, well, but you're not going to do that here. You want to stay there. So guess what? You got to put up with it. The time you have left of school and all that, tough. Bottom line. If you want to stay in that environment, then you got to put up with it. And then when you're old enough to move out, move out. You know, what can I say? So, but a lot of the heartache we cause ourselves, we bring it upon ourselves because we want to be the peacemakers. We want to be the troubleshooters. And sometimes, just like a sermon that I listened to right around that time when I decided to, you know, it was like, nah, you know, I can't do this anymore. I listened to a sermon and this preacher was talking about not going places that God never sent you to. Sometimes we go places where we weren't sent. Nobody asked us to be there. Boy, ain't that the truth. And, you know, I've got days like today where it just all accumulates. And I find myself, you know, talking to a cell screen. Who else can I talk to? You know? And I realized something, you know, that I've given up a lot of myself. That's one of my biggest mistakes in life, among so many. I've made quite a few. But one of the biggest mistakes that I made was letting go of who I am, giving up who I was, especially with my music and things like that, which I think I'm going to be coming back to that. I know John will be happy to hear that. Lately, I started getting all of a sudden on not Facebook, but YouTube, I started getting all these videos on my feeds that were just weird, like out of nowhere. Kind of like the universe is trying to tell me something. These just small artists, songwriters, singers, and they have a song, maybe it's just music, or they sing a song that they wrote, and they put it out there on YouTube. And, you know, at the very least, it's fun. It's fun to do that. It's something creative. You get that out there. You inspire others. You get ideas. And also in this world we're living in today with social media, how we're all connected globally, you know, who's to say one of those artists, the reason why they put those out there is because some big artist, they watch YouTube. These big artists, bands, they watch YouTube. They scour YouTube and, you know, they might come across one of those songs or melodies or hear the words and go, man, we could use that for a song. That's kind of what songwriters do, right? They write music with the hopes of selling it to other artists and getting a hit. And I thought, you know what? While I'm doing all this BS anyway, I could be doing stuff like that. How did I get to this point? How did I get to this point? How did I let myself get this far gone? You know, my whole life, when I was younger, my whole life revolved around music. It was about playing. It was about singing, you know, playing guitar, singing, jamming. And I told myself that, you know, I could lose everything else, but I would never give up my music. If I ever gave up my music, I'd be dead. And yet here I am. I don't play guitar. I don't sing. I have nothing musically in my life right now. Nothing. How did I let this happen? How did I get to this point? Well, it seems like the muse has been trying to find me through YouTube again and telling me, hey, come on back. So just a heads up, that might be something you may see in the future, whether I incorporate that into this channel or make up a whole new one of songwriting. music, riffing, jamming. It's another project. Another project that's on the burner right now because I need to get back to that. I need to get back to me. I mean, when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, I was voted for the boys. There was a boy and a girl, me and this other girl, were voted the most musical in our school. To now at 43 years old, and I have no music in my life at all. How sad. So, what life has been telling me, guys, is that it's my time now. How about you? Does this resonate with anybody out there? Have you been going where nobody called you to? Have you been just giving to everybody else and forgot about yourself? Did you let yourself die? Those of you out there